Hi. I heard a really inspiring story of a little girl who had her face and part of her body covered in warts.
Oh, we like it so far.
And
no need to go further. We're happy.
And this girl had these warts for many years, and the doctor said there was nothing he could do about it. And she went home and decided to talk to the warts. She put her head under a blanket and talked to the warts every night for about 4 nights and said, "I want you to leave. Please go now." You know, basically that, "Please leave now." And they did. And the warts that she had for many years, and the doctor said that she'd have them for many years, and they just went away and stayed away. My question to you is, how does that work when everything I've heard from you, and I've been studying you for a long time, you've always said you can't shout no at something and expect it to go away.
We've also said that the words don't matter, it's the way you feel that matters.
Okay, yeah.
So when you're hearing stories of something that somebody else has done, it's a little tricky because their words point you in one direction while what was happening vibrationally, in other words, one thing is always sure, their vibration and their manifestation matched.
Right.
But we think in the context of what you're hearing here today, no matter what action they took or no matter what words they spoke, they found something that gave them a feeling of relief. In other words, the little girl, now you didn't tell us the part of the story about how she came to believe that if she would get under the blanket and tell them to go away, that they would. In other words, we suspect that she read something. We suspect that it was fairy tale-like in nature. That's probably why she went under the blanket. But something was activated within her that made her believe that if she said it so, it would be so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could not have happened to her.
Right.
The thing that is really tricky about trying to utilize the stories and the examples that have happened to others is that, first of all, you don't know if it really happened, and we're not saying that it didn't. Next of all, you don't know what the condition of their desire was or the condition of their belief. In other words, you can't tell what's happening for anyone else. But we would say anyone that is receiving an improved condition found some way of twisting it around in their own mind that made it feel better. And there are endless ways of going about that.
I see.
That's why a diet will work for one person but won't work for another, even though it's the same diet. And you'd think, well, why wouldn't the same application be the same thing for everyone? And we say, because the combination of vibration that is within you is such a variable. That's why only your guidance system works for you, you see. Jerry buried his Raggedy Ann doll in the backyard. Somebody told him, if you buried a rag, your warts would go away. And the only thing that he had that was anything like a rag that belonged to him was his Raggedy Ann doll. And he buried it in the backyard. Did your warts go away?
The warts went away.
In other words, whatever it takes to bring you relief, you see. But then what happens is you find a way to make it work, and then someone with a scientific bent or someone with a religious bent or someone who believes that they know more than you do sets out to prove why what worked for you couldn't work. And they say, it couldn't have worked for you. And then they say, and we'll prove that it couldn't work for you because it doesn't work for that one. And it doesn't work for that one. We've got little girls under blankets all over the country, and not one of them is getting rid of any warts. So that just doesn't work. And we say it didn't have anything to do with the action. It was that the action was in vibrational alignment with the belief that she held, and she found relief somehow, you see. This is a universe of inclusion. And when you are very clear about what you do not want, and you hold what you do not want in your vibration, and that's usually when you're shouting no at it, you cannot get to where you want to be. And we would say, if this story happened the way that you said it did, and the little girl released her warts, she was saying yes to the absence of them, not no to the presence of them.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Words don't matter. It's the vibrational essence that is your point of attraction.
Right.
Good time for a segment of refreshment. We are complete.